questions to ask throughout a campaign with a confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch alongs to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying, keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yes guys, and welcome back to Eagle Eyed Football Transfer Weekly episode 12. This is the last episode of the 2022 transfer window, and today we've got a good one for you. We've got a whole roundup of the whole window, and we've got a couple of late surges in some rumours actually, and some which has literally happened 2 seconds after I started recording, so we'll give you the absolute up-to-date news. So let's get into this one today. I know this is a Transfer Weekly episode and it's not done deals, but we have got a done deals segment in this episode today for you guys. So apologies for reading from my phone because there's a lot of names needing to get through here, but we'll go through it. So we've had a very good window so far. I'm happy with it. We've got in some good players, some first team players, we've got in some youth team players, and we've got some people that might be on the bench and they might be loaned out as well. So we'll get into this and we'll see what happens with them. Okay, so some of the players that we brought in for the first team, and I think some of the players that are really pushing through into the first team, because some of these players, you know, we brought them in not thinking they're going to do as well as they did, and they're breaking through. So we have brought in players like Czech Decore from RC Lens, Chris Richards from Bayern Munich. It's still crazy to think we've done business with Bayern Munich, but Sam Johnstone from West Bromwich Albion, Malcolm Eboué from Derby County, and Kofi Balmer. I see Rihanna's face palming because she thinks I messed up it, Malcolm's name, but he's just going to be known as Malcolm from now on. I'm not saying that name again. Eboué. Listen, pronunciations, I can still not get it right, so I apologise. Yeah, all these players are very capable of playing this 4-3-3 formation, which Vieira has brought about into Crystal Palace. And also, they can also play the new formation he wants to play, sort of 3-4-3, 5-4-1, you know, that sort of weird formation we play against bigger teams, and when we're trying to be a little bit more adventurous in the attack with the 3 at the back. So he's drilled it into the players for the last year, and it looks to be pretty successful. And you know, Vieira's building a vision, and we can see where it's leading us. It's taking us to the good place. We're going up the table right now, so there's hope. This progression keeps going, and we'll see what happens. Also, this is a very exciting time for us as Crystal Palace. It's probably the first time we've actually had we've had the youth academy as Cat 1 for the whole year, and now we're able to send out our best youth talents out into the world to go and progress, to go and be better professionals, improve their careers and get more match experience, because unfortunately we can't give it to them here. So, you know, we'll send them out, they'll go and do their business, and hopefully they'll come back as much better players. So, some of the players that have gone out include Scott Banks to Bradford. He's having an amazing season so far. Teo Adiramola to Coventry, struggling a little bit so far, but I'm sure he'll get into the first team and he'll have a good season. It is a championship, so it's probably a lot harder than the other guys to get into the first team regularly. Remy Matthews to St Johnstone, Jezran Ratsaki to Charlton. Listen, he's having a brilliant season. Charlton TV made their own episode about him, and he's just a lone player. And Malachi Boateng to Queen's Park in Scotland. And finally, Dan Quick going to Dorking. So as long as these guys keep it up, keep doing what they're doing, they're going to get the experience, they're going to come back much better players, and maybe they can make a push for the first team next year. Who knows? Unfortunately, during this window, we've had another sort of transitional season where we had to let some huge players leave. So I'll read them out to you. Try not to get emotional like I am. So, probably the biggest loss in this whole transfer window is Yaroslav Yak has gone to Zagłębie Lubin. I'm absolutely gutted with this. He was our best player, absolute machine. Mate, he was like a 20-goal a season centre-back. He was incredible. Shout out Yak, always. Also, Christian Benteke gone to DC United. Obviously, all of them were once at Eagle, and no sarcasm here. We really hope that they have a good end of their career, and they always remember their time back at Palace as being a very memorable and a good time at Palace. So, big up to you guys. Also, some players have been leaving due to contracts finishing up. So, Chet Kouyaté, his deal finished. He didn't want to sign a new deal, and he ended up signing for Nottingham Forest. And Martin Kelly, who's currently a free agent still, I reckon. That's as far as I know right now, but you never know, he could get another deal. I know that Scott Dan and Gary Cahill, who are previous centre-backs at Crystal Palace, are both playing at Reading right now, so listen, it'll be a good link-up for him to go back to Reading again. Championship football, it's not a bad league, probably still get a decent enough wage packet down there, and still pretty good football. So Kelly, good times, bad times, but we all remember you scored at the Lane and you marked Mr. Harry Kane. But also, unfortunately, we had to let some of the youth team go. With this new Channel 4 documentary, we've seen how cutthroat we are, these players, and unfortunately most of them didn't make it, and we have to let them go. Football is a very short and a very harsh career. Unfortunately, we couldn't offer them a career at Palace, but obviously we hope that all the players down there, especially players like Nia Kirby, which are being released, can have a good career, make a good career out of it, and remember they came from Palace Academy, and even though they didn't make it here, they will make it in the future. But overall, for the whole done deal section, this video right here will sum up the whole window for you. Going back into it with a proper transfer rumours. Antoine Semenyo. Rumours have started picking up again on this guy, and looking like he's come back from his injury, he's had a good recovery time, and he's playing again. He had a Carabao Cup appearance. He scored against Wycombe Wanderers in the 93rd minute, showing his confidence, very good skill in the goal, and I'm loving what he's doing out there. I've spoken to a Bristol fan, and he says that Semenyo's good, but he's not Prem ready right now. There's no reason why he won't be Prem ready in a couple of years, but right now he's not the guy. But he said 100% will take like 10, 12 million for him, and will we offer it? I'm not sure. But does he fit the profile? Yeah. Does he play on the wing also? Yeah, he does as well, but he's mainly a striker, very good player. But with the injury that's happened to him, it's a knee injury. Will it hurt him in the long term? I'm not really sure. I hope not. We've got a very good physio team at Crystal Palace. Not really sure about Bristol, but we hope that they've got a good one as well. So let's hope this isn't a career ender and he comes back stronger than ever. So we'll see what happens with this guy. Moving on to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We're talking about this guy many, many times during the transfer window because we are all very excited to see this guy come home. Spider-Man returns, as they would say. However, Sam Pilger, who's a writer, he says that Crystal Palace may be going for a very late move for Aaron Wan-Bissaka in this transfer window. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I'd love to see it happen. I'd love to see him come back, seeing what his money has done to the club, how it's developed the club, and how it's turned our club into a proper Cat 1 academy. And we're smashing it in the Cat 1 academy as well. In the leagues, smashing it. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I don't see it happening, especially for that 10 million price tag. I think that's pretty out of the question. I reckon they'd want at least 35 back. They're not going to take a 40 million hit, especially from us, after we've done the same thing with Zaha in a couple of years ago. So I'm not really sure, but I'll just be so happy to see him come back. We'll have Aaron Wan-Bissaka hold down that right back position for a good couple of years, and he can rebuild his legacy at Palace. He already started 2 great seasons, and then he's gone, but he might come back and rebuild a legacy, same way as Zaha has. So we'll keep up to date with this one, and check out the deadline day stream at 10 PM on Thursday, where we'll see if it actually goes through. Not sure. Let's see what happens. Conor Gallagher. I think all the fans want Gallagher, and I think some of the fans think, why are we still pushing for Gallagher? We should move on. I think that's probably where I'm coming from right now. I'd love Gallagher back for the same money on a cheap permanent, but I highly doubt it because of the season he had last year, or on another loan deal. The only thing that is it's quite late in the window now, and we can make all the groundwork up to build this loan up, to get everything in place, but then Chelsea could just turn around on deadline day and say, actually no, we want to keep Connor, and that will leave us in the dust. We're going to have no one to fill in that gap, and we're going to miss out on all our other potential rumours or signings just for this guy. I don't think we can take that risk right now, because our extra midfield pot is going to be crucial in this year in the Premier League. Conor Gallagher wants to stay at Chelsea. It's very well known he wants to improve and he wants to play at Chelsea. However, he's going to hold bench, as we said, and he has been holding bench. He did start against the 3-0 defeat against Leeds, where he didn't have that best game. He got subbed off at 50 minutes, which doesn't really look good on your proper Premier League debut at Chelsea. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. It's a 50-50 chance of him joining, because David Moyes really wants him at West Ham, and that is very public knowledge also. However, I would like to think that if he was going to go out on loan again, he would like to come back to Palace and not go out to West Ham. But that's just me being a Palace fan, that's me being hopeful. And yeah, let's see what happens. Put in the comments below what you think. Should we get Gallagher, or should we try and get someone else on a permanent? Let me know. Luke Plange and Jake O'Brien have just been confirmed to be loaned out to RWB Molenbeek. This is John Textor's Belgium club in the second league, or in the second tier of Belgian football. I think for both of the guys it's going to be a very good move, because they're going to get the experience they want. I highly expect for them both to be first team starters and to play almost every single game in that season. It's not a very high up league. The skill level I wouldn't imagine is very high, because Plange already played in the Championship, which I would think is probably slightly bigger skill set than in the second division of the Belgian league, but you never know. I hope they can go out there, they can both get good playing experience, play with other teams, play with other players they'll probably never have played for or played with, get experience of a new country, living in Europe for a whole year, see what they do. Also, Jake O'Brien had an amazing season at Swindon, so I don't see why he wouldn't play every game, start it really. Great players, and I expect the most from them. So, let's move on. In transfers. Zaha, every single year, is always linked with a move away from Crystal Palace, and it's just a bit annoying at this point, because every single year, without fail, it is Arsenal. Arsenal come in thinking, yeah, I'm the big guy, but no. We've got Zaha now, we've got a good manager, and we're looking on the up right now. However, Zaha only has 1 year left on his deal, so we have one of two options. One, sell right now, where we can actually get a little sum of money for him and he won't go on a free. Two, let's make him sign a new deal. Personally, signing the new deal is the best way forwards for Crystal Palace and for Wilfried Zaha, I think, because I think he's really buying into Vieira's vision. Vieira sees him as one of the main guys in the team right now, and he's just an amazing player overall, really, isn't he? Very excited to see what he can do this year, because 3 goals in 3 games so far, and it is what it is. But Arsenal are looking to wait until next season so they can pick him up on a free transfer. This would hurt. This would really hurt us, because losing a player like him for nothing, literally nothing, would hurt us. Probably the best Crystal Palace player that's ever put on the shirt will leave us for free. I don't think that. I just can't think about it. I think it would make most Palace fans shed a tear, but if it happens, it happens. But put in the comments down below what you guys think. I really hope and pray that we can get this guy back on a new deal, or even at the worst part, get some money for him. But what do you think will happen? Do you think we'll be waving bye to him next year, or will he sign, put pen to paper? Running through some very fast rumours right now, so this will be very quick fire. Just stuff that has sort of come into my mind as I was wrapping up, because this is the last episode, so we'll go through it. Ismail Assar, I think I got that right. Villa was meant to sign him literally after we smashed them up, but personal terms broke down. Why is that? Maybe a better offer came up on the table. Was that Crystal Palace? Not sure, but you guys know my views on Ismail Assar, and if you don't, watch episode 11 of Transfer Weekly and you'll hear what my thoughts are on Sarr. Usam Awar, another player, rumours have died down, absolutely gone. However, you never know what could happen. As we said, John Textor owns Molenbeek. he also owns Lyon, and Aouar is a Lyon player. Lyon are losing one of their better midfielders to West Ham. I'm not really sure if they're going to let Aouar go as well in the same window, but you never know what could happen. If the owner owns the same clubs, then listen, anything can happen, literally. So hopefully we'll keep you updated on that one in the last stream. And finally, Soumare to Traoré.
Amari Traoré. I am not sure.
30-year-old right back has been linked with Crystal Palace very recently. Very weak links as well, not by anyone really well known. But he is a right back, and we've already got cover for right back. We've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka maybe coming in. We've got Klein and Wardy, and Chris Richards can play out there as well. He can also play left back, and I think that's the only place we'd buy him to play. If he plays left back, he'll be the good backup to Tyrick Mitchell, and in that case, I'll be very happy to see him come in, because we don't have a backup for Mitchell, and we really need a backup left back. I think we could only get him for about maybe 5 million or less would be a good price tag for him. He's 30 as well, so he's not got many more years left in his career, but I don't see why we can't go for this. Finally, Boubakary Soumare.
Boubakary Soumare.
This is probably the main deal that every single Palace fan is talking about right now. The 23-year-old French midfielder, who is 188 centimetres tall, I'm not really sure how much that is in feet, but I'm sure it's over 6 foot, is currently market valued at around £23 million. I think that, his market value is about £23 million, and it's grabbing the interest from us because Leicester, they deem this guy as a massive flop and they want to get rid of him. They're cash struck, they need money, and they can't buy anyone in this window right now because they've got no money. FFP have got them on lockdown. Yeah? Mad. So, Vieira's been a long time admirer of this guy, especially when Vieira was at Nice and he was playing at Lille a couple of years ago. A very impressive defensive midfielder, loves to play in a double pivot. And guess what? That's the exact same formation that we play. Him and Chet Doucouré would do wonders in our midfield. They would just absolutely unleash Ebery Eze, and we'll see what happens if it comes through. But last season, he had 12 starts in 19 total appearances, only scoring 1 assist. That was in the Premier League. He didn't really have a good go, and Leicester, I don't think they really liked him. I think Brendan Rodgers saw it as a bit of a weak spot, a weak buy in midfield, and they want to offload him. However, the season before, he got the same return with only 1 assist. However, the defensive stats are through the roof. Let me read them for you. So, 1.2 interceptions, 1.4 tackles per 90, and also 3.7 duels won per match. This was in the air and on the floor. Listen, looking at the heat map, very similar to Doucouré. Likes to hold out in the defensive third of the field, and also isn't afraid to progress the ball. He can dribble, he's got very good feet, very good passing ability, strong and pretty tall as well, so I'm very excited to see what happens. I think if we can get him for less than 15 million, this will be an 8 out of 10 signing. When we go in for him with Vieira, I don't see why we can't try and push them for their money, because they're struggling. They will accept anything we offer them as long as it's within reason. So they've got that 23 million price tag on his head, but they bought him for 17. Why don't we go in for like 15 or 12? Because I wouldn't go any higher than 17. But if they try that, we just walk away, and I guarantee you that they will take the money because they need it. If they don't get it soon, they're going to have less and less time to buy in the window, and every team needs to strengthen in the window, or it's not going to look good, bruv. Anyway, and yes, guys, that's it. That's the final episode of Transfer Weekly, and this is the final episode of the 2022-23 summer transfer window. Obviously, check out 10 PM on Thursday for the deadline day stream. Check it out. Put in the comments below what you guys think of the window. We're going to go through every team, but we're mainly going to go through our team. So, as always, check us out on that stream. I'll be back again for the January transfer window, and I might be posting some content here and there, so your eagle-eyed football needs are always being fulfilled. And as always, remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And finally, it's your boy JC. I'm out in a